Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my Kameo Elements of Power Let's Play Part 3. Last time, we rescued Pummel from the Shadow Realm. No Yu-Gi-Oh! References involved. And this time, we will be doing a bit of cleanup before we head down to the Badlands. So, first off, we're going to be collecting some elemental fruit here, like the one here, the Warrior Trainer's Hut here. There's like 100 of these things in the game, but you only need like 80 to fully max out all your warriors. But I'm going to be getting them all, just for the sake of completion. So, yeah, we're going to go up here towards this place. I love the look of the element of the kingdom here, because it looks so nice. The warrior trainer, we got to follow him in there to continue on to the Badlands, but we're not going to be doing that just yet, like I said. For now, getting around the kingdom at its quickest is actually just by hovering. It's much faster than running around as a Kameo or by using Pummel.
I'm always here in
Curse you, Ortho. You chatterbox. Anyway, here is Typhoon's home. If you complete his quiz, you can actually get an elemental fruit, which is actually... Well, truth be told, you're not supposed to get this until, like, very end of the game, because of some of the questions he asks. It's knowledge on the game. But if you can, you can pretty much trial your way through this. It's actually really simple. Forcefully eat questions from the first part. Sure, end of life from the second part. Snow Taught Children is the very end.
Wrong answer.
And I screwed that one up. So now you might be wondering, why am I leaving this in here? I mean, why am I doing this? Well, it's because that's the only time I fail. And since I need more rooms to do his quiz, I'm going to spend a little time breaking stuff in his house, just pots. Those are the and opening his cupboards. Those are the only places where you can collect runes. Breaking his shit can be done, but it's just the pots you want. Sometimes you can actually break the fern and the pot individually for additional bonuses, or sometimes it'll just drop it all at once. But yeah. So there we are. I'm going through each quiz question really fast. If you can keep up with me, it's actually rather simple to get all the answers. Trolls 10%. Yeah, well, the dungeons have the entrance to the Badlands. We'll be getting there eventually.
All will come to pass.
And there we go. Like I said, you can pretty much brute force your way through the quiz and get the elemental fruit. He doesn't really limit your amount of times. He just charges you for it. So now we're going to head out onto the beach for another fruit, and for something else in particular. You just got to flip these shells up here. Rather simple stuff. As soon as I can actually get it done. There we are. This one has another fruit. We're going to get a lot of these really fast. I think we'll have about 7 by the time we get to by the time we're done here. Some ruins there. The shell here at the very end holds something very important. A crystal eye. Only 4 of those in the game. Rather neat stuff. Each one does different things. They're all in the Enchanted Kingdom, ironically enough. And yes, I am going to be talking Orthorofo because he tends to be a bit long-winded. He's not a pain to be listened to. He doesn't hit you with anything truly obvious, but the frequency in which he can interrupt you can get a little annoying. I mean, he's not 5 levels of annoying, but he can do it. He can be that way. So I'm gonna equip the eye real quick here. The Eye of Restoration. This one gets you regen, and it regenerates your health, but the cost of your spirit bar actually recovers slower. It can be worth it depending on the situation. Like if you're in a health limited situation. For the moment, and right now, I'm actually going to be going through the costumes. In hindsight, I probably could have gone through these a bit slower. For the next few parts, I'm going to be a bit schizophrenic. Partially because I'm actually looking for a specific costume in general. You're not going to always see when I switch costumes. Because that's like, that can get a bit annoying. Right here, I'm going to start upgrading Pummel. Each one ability adds something new to him. And I'm going to go through his costumes here. Some of them fairly interesting, I like this one in particular. His Razor Top ability, fairly simple. It actually, when you're creeping about, you actually have thorns on Pummelweed now, so you can do damage just by moving about. It really helps, and it also offers a cosmetic difference, not just on his base costume, but on all his other ones. It's a really neat thing there. Love how some of the abilities do that. I probably should have done the spirit bar thing because spirit up actually increases the length of the bars for the elemental warriors. Kameo doesn't get anything like that, but well, anyway. So now here we have the shop where we can buy 2 elemental fruit, 1 elixir of life, a costume for one of the elemental warriors. You can't buy it if the elemental warrior is unavailable, and a ouch upgrade for your wallet. Because you start off only being able to carry 99 to 100 runes at first, and then you can't, and then it maxes out, and you can still pick up the runes, but you won't be able to go beyond your max for a while there. I love hovering about. It is so much fun, especially when a Kameo responds to the terrain. Oh, and here's where we find one of the spirit shrines for the family members. They will reside here once we actually recover them. Until then, we get to see what is apparently their spiritual manifestations, which is actually kind of weird. We can't talk to them, we can't interact with them, but for whatever reason, they are here. Once recovered, we can actually get these guys to, yeah, I'm going to head to recover. And, anyway, let's not look at that costume ever again. Please, no. I don't want to see that ever again. I'm going to stick with this one.
You can change the way things are set up from here.
Yeah, this is probably... Yeah, after this... one thing about the Masquerade pack for costumes for Kameo is that some of them actually seem to be based on rare characters. And characters produced by Rare, which are fairly interesting. I don't know what this one will be look like. I tried looking for it. I can't find any means of identifying them. If anyone else can do that, please say so in the comments. I'll be glad to mention it in the in upcoming parts. This one here is not my favorite, but you know it's fine. You saw me read a sign back there. Each main area has this 5 sign thing that'll indicate where this next sign is, and when you get to the end of the quest, you get a special prize, another elemental fruit, which is really it's fairly simple if you know your way around, or you can just wander lost until you can actually get there. Oh, and there I switched costumes again. I think this one was in a fighting game. I don't recall the name. I wish I could. I'm pausing here for a reason. I remember why, but it's not going to be important until much later after we recover the first family member. Here we have the storeroom. A lot of these different areas are great for finding more runes to get, provided you can go in between them interchangeably for more runes. There's nothing else here, though, for the moment. Maybe sometime in the future, I doubt it. That note there, Rich in the Ancient Tower, that's something we can look into in just a bit, but we're not going to be doing much in there. I just want to show it off. For now, I'm actually going to move on to the next part of the Enchanted Kingdom. I believe it is called the Hall of Living Portraits. It's a nice place. Here you can, as soon as the loading screen gets out of the way, there's one of the crystal eyes. It's taunting us. However, we can't get it until like end game because we don't. Yeah, it's the Chamber of Living Portraits. We can't get to it until much later, until we get the last warrior. This spot is unbreakable to us for whatever reason. It'll become breakable much sooner than we actually get to breaking the statue in the middle there. For now, though, let's drink this elixir of life and extend our health a bit more. That's what, our second one? Oh, and that mirror there. Yes, it is a mirror. It is liquidy and wavy. It is important I switch costumes again. I don't think this indicates a specific warrior. We'll get to the mirror later. Instead, let's take a look around. These statues here, they're moving. They're actually moving, hence living portraits. And here, this light indicates that we have Pummel, which is nice. It's a cool addition. It certainly adds a bit of life to the place, if nothing else. I think our time here is about done, so let's get the heck out of here. There are a lot of guards and soldiers about here. Some of them are doing different things. Some of them are actually guarding. But you notice that a lot of them have to be guarding rather sealed off gates. So we're calling them rather cushy jobs. We'll be unsealing them before long, though. So it's not going to be that much cushier before long. Here's another fruit here. Yeah. And while I continue to run around, I think I'm headed to the throne room next at this point. In the meantime, I do have a bit of in-game history lore for Pummel while I'm buying more stuff here. So yeah, Pummelweed's history about how he was acquired for the Whatnot book goes as thus. The Queen of the Third Age spent much of her life hunting for the elemental warriors, scouring the wilderness with her most trusted troops. Eventually, she discovered an elemental sprite deep within a meadow filled with fruits and berries. With the fabled Whatnot book in her possession, the Queen was able to capture the elemental sprite and restore its true identity, Pummelweed, the elemental warrior whose existence kept the harvest bountiful and helped to I screwed that up. And helped the fruits of the land to ripen. I'm punishing this guy for he's slacking off. Come on, guy. Step out of it! Sorry for the interruption there. Getting back to the lore. With Pummelweed at her command, the elves would never go hungry again. Later, the queen was able to use the element of power, transforming into Pummelweed and harnessing his powerful techniques to destroy a rebel uprising of the old Sargothan ruins. An uprising that would have threatened the elves' very way of life. I'm not seeing that. So yeah, the elves are dicks. Yeah, a bit more on that later. So yeah, I love the look of the throne.
Tis a grey day when the sick must walk amongst the rose-cheeked, and if I were a royal, I should be in fine elf. Elf, get it?
You're not going to be in fine elf for long. That was awful. Anyway, so yeah, spiritual manifestation, as he mentions here.
Spiritual manifestation there? Is there any way I can help?
No, not unless you can actually make it a physical manifestation. Anyway, yeah, there's the Queen, Kameo's mother. I love the look of the throne room. I love the ambience. There's some stuff in here we can't quite get yet. Not too much later. Let's take a look at the ancient tower real quick. Real quick here. Yeah. There we are. For whatever reason, ice was allowed to form in this place. Talk about bad upkeep. There's a lot of pots to break and break here for runes. Link would be proud of us. There's also this giant walrus thing here. It's our ally. We're not going to be doing anything to him. He's basically there to counter some of the larger trolls. And I mean I'm not really sure I'd call them trolls. We'll be seeing them later. Much later. But not for now. So yeah, I'm going to take a bit to go around and get through here. Yeah, so the elves went around collecting the elemental sprites and restoring to their elemental warrior forms. No idea how the elemental warriors themselves feel about that. They seem to have rather important jobs in nature and all that, helping everyone to keep the land healthy and whatnot. And apparently the elves had to be dicks and collect them for themselves. And I feel like I should know this, but know what Kameo looks like here. I just know she looks like some sort of soldier. It's weird. I do like the costume though. It looks really nice. I do appreciate it. Let's leave the throne room for now and head on to the next fruit, I believe. I believe that I don't think I have very much left to collect. We're like 13 minutes in or so. We're almost ready to head out to the Badlands, but I think there's still something I need to get. I think it's the signs. Oh no, I'm buying more stuff here. Yeah. I can buy the upgrade for the fruit, get from the money pouch, which is actually quite easy.
Hello there.
Yeah, I got out there too easy. Got the elixir of life. Yeah, I do not encourage going out to grind. You'll be collecting enough rooms before long. It's really easy if you're breaking all the stuff along there. There's another sign. One who sees in time. That's actually really simple. It's the Mystic. That's where the final sign is. So yeah, and apparently the Mystic is not a recluse because she wanders about and wanders around the yard a bit when she wanders around a bit before wandering back into her home. There's a lot of these neat little creatures wandering around too. And it makes the place feel very lively. I love how Red designed this. You can also pull up flowers, and pulling up flowers will yield different things depending on where they are and what they're doing. Mostly you'll get runes and hearts. Very simple. But in certain cases you'll also get fruit. Elemental fruit. That's the warrior trainer's hut. That's not where we need to be. There's one of the seal off gate. Where am I doing? Oh, I'm pulling up more plants. Oh well. Anyway. More fruit, more plants. Good way to get. It's okay to helps you get more runes, but it won't. Consecutive pulls won't yield more things. So let's get the final sign here. And another fruit. Yay! Huzzah! Okay, so how does that make now? About 4. I think that should be the end of it. So let's take a moment to upgrade Pummel again. We have Wild Rush and Weed Kill. Let's see, I think I shall get Wild Rush next, I think. It's been a while. There we are, Wild Rush. It's basically a double-fisted blow. We're getting Pummel up to the point where he was when we stormed Thorn's castle. Wild Rush is okay. Oh wait, yeah, it's basically just a straight-up double punch. It's great for destroying the defenses of orcs that have shields on their arms. It works. It helps you get them out much easier. It won't always. There might be other ways to get behind their defenses with the other warriors, but that's not for a while. So for now, with Pummel, it works. And what am I doing? I can't remember what I'm doing here. I'm a cowgirl now. It's okay. I think I'm on the verge of starting to grind. Maybe. Oh no. Yeah, we're about to head off into the dungeons now, because that's where the entrance to the Badlands is. And yeah, it's telling me about the magic mirror. Basically, it lets you replay areas for battle points, which unlocks new things. Yeah, and here's the Dungeon of Eternal Life. I'll get to the dungeon in a bit. So, costume change. There we are. Now we're some sort of Egyptian princess or something. I don't know why. Anyway, I still need to do one last upgrade here. Weed Kill. I guess I missed the description there. Weed Kill lets you charge up to Pummel Weed while he is currently creeping about. And when you release, and if your time the release trigger just right, you can actually create a brutal bonus on your enemies.
Beyond this point lie the Badlands, an untamed wilderness where neither elf nor troll reign supreme. Be forewarned, it is a harsh and unforgiving land, so gather your wits before you follow me through the warp. See you on the other side.
Yeah, it's just that simple. Just go into the warp. You don't have to interact with anything. There's some boxes and stuff we can break here for more runes. I seem to be doing that now. But there's some stuff we can do here, but not right now. We need I need another warrior before we can do that. One that has to do with fire particularly. So we're probably not going to be doing a two-lot here. I forgot what I was talking about earlier. Let's talk about the mirror real quick. The mirror helps you gain points, which will unlock costumes and onto the bonuses. Really good to do. We're not doing that right now. At least I won't be doing it on screen. At least I don't plan to at the moment. So instead, I guess that'll do it for now. So let's get right into the Badlands. While the Enchanted Kingdom is rather colorful and very lush of life, the Badlands, not so much. And we'll see why in just a moment. Ooh, horsey. This happens to be the captain.
Halt! What's your business?
I'm looking for the Forgotten Forest. Who wants to know?
The forest? It's not far. I'd take you, but trolls are making a real mess trying to destroy the elemental shrines. And I'm committed to stopping them.
I'm sure I'll manage. Wait, the shrines! Those are what maintain the shield around the Enchanted Kingdom. You can't let them be destroyed.
So I'm told, but 2 have already been demolished. If we lose any more, you'll be getting some uninvited guests.
Just great. Well, I'll have to get to the forest, but it sounds like you need my help.
We'll be fine. Take one of my horses, it'll be safer. Expect to run into some trolls.
Some trolls, he says. Some trolls. You'll see how much is some trolls real quick. Oh yeah, this. Apparently this is what Rare loves to do to show off how much he can push the processing power of the 360. See, this here, this is some trolls to him. A whole army of them. They're covering the entire mountainside. There's a smaller group on the other end. There must be only. Why are there no defenses? Well, we'll get to that in just a minute. It's not actually as badly defended as they let on. So for now, just hold the charge button and go through them as fast as you can. There's no real benefit to staying to fight. Just head to this place here. That's the shrine up ahead. We'll not be doing anything with them. And there's our forces. That's a whole army there, right there and there themselves. They will be holding off the orcs, the trolls. Yeah, just like Ortho says, our focus is Hallis now. And these guys can handle the trolls. There's really no benefit to fighting them ourselves anyway. They don't offer battle bonuses or anything. They might drop some runes now and again, but it's really an efficient way of doing that, especially once they can attack you back. Ironically, you can also harm your forces, which is of no benefit to you either. So especially since they don't attack you. So yeah, let's just ignore the battle for now and head on to the Forgotten Fortress. It's the green marker on the map there. Real simple. It's a bit of a trot. It's a bit of a trot. But we're just about there. Oh yeah, we can't take the horse in, unfortunately, because apparently they shy away from villages and castles. I don't know why you think you'd be keeping them in the villages and castles, but that's video game logic for you. They don't want to make things too easy for you. We're not going to be on with the HUD screen there. No, we're just heading into the Forgotten Forest. Yeah. Nice little tip from the warrior trainer there. When you switch between warriors, your spirit bar automatically replenishes. Really simple. And there's our next warrior. We haven't actually had experience with this warrior yet, but we'll be rescuing him before long. Not in this part, no. We're not going to be chasing him down just yet. And there, yeah, it's our next warrior, Rubble. It's not much of a trap, really, but we'll get back to that later. So that's it for the part for now. Next part, we'll be showing off a new costume, and we'll be going on to rescue Rubble as well as doing a bit more cleanup. Until then, see you later.